So now that we've learned how to apply CSS to different portions of our HTML, we're going to, in the next few videos, look in more detail at specific CSS styles. And we'll start with one that we've looked at already, and that is color. So we've already looked at two different ways of changing the color of your document. So the first is applying the color of the text. And for that, we just use color and then whatever color we want. The other one we've seen is changing the background color of an object, and that's pretty easy as well. Background-color and then whatever color you want. Of course, though, not all colors have names. You might want to be a little bit more precise about the color that you want rather than just allowing the browser to decide what sort of blue you want. And there's a much more accurate way you can use to get perfect colors, and that is using HTML color codes. So have a quick Google, HTML color codes, and that will take you to most likely htmlcolorcodes.info or a similar site. So I'm going to use this nice diagram here, and then we can click on any of those squares to get a particular color code for that color. So let's say I want to use that particular shade of green, I think I'd say it is. Then this here is what's known as its alphanumeric, because it's got letters and numbers in it, color code. So if I want to use that instead of a name for the color, all I do is I replace the name, so pink, with the code. And notice that we need to have a hash symbol before the code, and my text editor here even knows what color that is, which is nice. So then if we go back and have a look at our page, that background has changed to that nice light green. So that's more or less all there is to it. Just to show you, on htmlcolorcodes.info, you can also use a color picker, which allows you to be a lot more accurate, and you can choose a whole range of different colors and shades, and it will give you the color code for that. So let's say we want a sort of lightish blue here, then we can just copy that, Command C or Control C, and then I can make that the background for my second section. Of course, I do need to put the hash at the beginning. And there we go. One final thing before we move on. You'll notice this little eyedropper that's appeared up there. Chrome plugin called ColorZilla. There's lots of similar plugins that do the same thing, but this is the one that I use. It works and it's really simple. And what that allows you to do is essentially steal any color from any website or app that you want to use in your page. So say, for example, I really liked the color in Google's logo on that G there, and I wanted to use that particular color in my website somewhere. I would take my eyedropper, having installed ColorZilla or something similar, and then pick color from page. And then you can see what's happening here is as I move my cursor around, it's picking up the colors underneath it and giving me the code for it. So if I go over that G there, you can see it's got that nice blue color. So if I click, it's now copied that color to the clipboard. So if I then changed my blue here from the default blue to that particular color code, then I now get a much nicer, sort of softer blue than I had before. So that's a nice cheeky way. If you see on the web a color that you like the look of, then use ColorZilla to steal it and apply it in your own web pages. Great, so that's how we use any color that we want in our websites. In the next video, we'll look at the arrangement of our HTML elements using floating.